Hello boys and girls, this is a very interesting program, question 3 on page 101. So we have a Galaxy Explore game. The purpose of the game is to prepare a grid with a number of randomly placed planets that are not visible. The player must then guess the position of the planets on the grid. The grid is a game board. Now, we're going to populate a 2D array before the game starts. When the game starts, and allows the user to guess the positions of invisible planets placed randomly on the game board, determine whether the players won or lost, and so on. So let's go and read the detailed instruction per button. When the game starts, the play button must be enabled and the rich hidden components must be cleared. So start game, there it is. The play button, which is this one, 3.2, which is BTN Q3_2, BTN Q3_2 dot enabled equals true. And what else must be done? Which other components must be cleared, both of them. RED Q3 incorrect and RED Q3 game board. RED Q3 incorrect dot clear and RED Q3 game board dot clear. 3 marks. Right, a dash character represents an open space and a hash represents a planet. So the 2D array must be populated with open space characters. Now where's our 2D array? Here it is, AR game. It's going to be populated with dashes, dash character, open space characters. So opens, a dash. So all the boxes in the 2D array must be populated with dashes. So we have an array of 1 to 9, 1 to 9. So we'll use a for loop counters, our row, comma our col. This is all in this button click event. The start game button for our row equals 1 to 9. And then for our col equals 1 to 9. We're going to say ARR game equals a dash. And that's it. That's how you AR game box number R row, not AR game box number R row, comma R col. And that's how you fill every single box of the array. Nested for loop, and the middle inside for loop is where you access every single cell of the array. Okay, the content of a game must be displayed in the game board area. So let's go and display the game, this array AR game, on the rich edit called RED Q3 game board. So we have to build a string. Islam. Oh, string, sorry. And I'm going to use this because I don't want to repeat myself. Okay, fine, just for the sake of education, I will use my nested for loops for displaying, and I will have begin and end here because we have to put begin and end, and over here we'll put begin and end. So here's our skeleton code. So sline must be an empty string, and then we're going to build sline equals sline plus a RR game box number R row comma R col, and they char, so it's fine. And I'm going to join it with a space, and then I will display that in the rich edit. RED question 3 game board dot lines dot add sline. Now let's see what that looks like. I've joined a little space in between each of the dashes, just so that it, you know, unless we use a hash now, I don't know. We'll see how that looks. And take note, we are building a string and then displaying it before we go to the next row. Okay, of course I'm going to have errors. Ques3p101 play dot enabled. Okay, start game button, and that looks good enough to me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, there's the game board. Now, a game array must be updated to include appropriate number of planets. So when there's a planet, a hash character represents a planet. The following applies. Difficulty level 1, 50 positions in the array must be replaced with hashes. Level 2, 40 positions must be replaced with hashes. What is 9 times 9? That's 81, hey? We're going to put hashes in certain positions of the array. That's what we are going to be doing. 50 positions of the array must be hashes, 40 must have hashes, and 30, and they must be randomly generated. So we're going to put hashes in a random place on the board. It's going to be a bit difficult because, you know, we can't have the same random number coming up each time, and in order to get 50, then okay, so the person's they're going to basically choose a level of difficulty over here. So for level 1, if they choose level 1, we're going to put 50 hashes on our board game, and they're not going to be visible, so we won't be able to test it, will we now? And this is not in the play button. The play button still comes, you know, we still got a lot to do there. So to get 50 different positions, a random number could be a good idea. So, but before we go on there, we're going to have to, in the start game, we have to choose the radio group box button level difficulty, and we will use a case structure, case RGB Q3 RGB Q3 dot item index of 0, begin and end, 1, begin and end, and 2, begin and end. Now how do we get random? Well, 10. If we how do we get 50 random numbers on a grid? That is our challenge, because we have 9 by 9, which is 81, so we have 81 positions there. So we can't do 5 by 10. That's not going to work. So we can't have random 10. It has to be 9. So 9 into 50 goes 4 9s are 45. So we can have 4 times 9, and then we've got to add an extra 5 positions after that. Because why am I thinking 9 times whatever? Because of the fact that we have 9 columns and 9 rows, and we're going to generate a random number from 1 to 9 for each of the columns and each of the rows. But then we're going to have another 5 numbers generated for that. so for naught, the difficulty level is going to be lower. So of course I'm going to go for our row. Okay, we'll generate a random number 50 times. It's going to be crazy. We're going to generate 9 random integers, and they must be different numbers. And then we'll generate another 4 for the columns. So for I row equals 1 to 9 to begin and end. I'm going to randomize because I don't want a different random number each time. So I'm going to wait. Yeah. For our col equals 1 to 4, and then I will randomize, and I will say a r game square brackets r row comma r col will be equal to random range from 1 to 9. Yeah, but range 1 to 9. No. Random number. Oh no, let's get a random number here. No, our row is 1. We're going to generate a random number over here. Now let's make it a random number RR and RCol, RC. Randomize here. Randomize RR equals random range 1, and we want 1 to 9. Okay, so then we're going to generate a random number here for each column. RC will be random range 1 to 4, but this is also going to be 1 to 9. No, it's going to be 1 to 4. No, it is going to be 1 to 9, because we have to go and decide. No, 1 to 10 over here, sorry, my bad. 1 to 4, we're going to put in IR, IC is going to be equal to a hash. But now we've only got 4 9s of 36. Actually, it should be 5 9s of 45. So we'd have 45 numbers altogether, 45 different numbers here. So we'll have 9 different rows. Okay. And hopefully we'll have 5 different columns. And then over here we will actually go and put it. Remember, 5 times 9 is 45, so this will access 45 times. But after we've finished that, we've got to go and put some random numbers for the places that have not got a hash. So actually, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We will say if ARR game square brackets R row comma R col is not equal to a hash, then we will go and put it in there. Yeah, and we're going to have to do that. No. IR, comma RC. If it's not equal to hash, we'll go and put a hash in it. Yep. And we'll have to repeat this if it has got a hash. Yep. Yep. But I'm going to test this out, and I'm going to display this in the game board because I want to be able to see it, see if it actually does work. So we'll do that over here where we're displaying it. Yes, this is a very difficult program for real. We have to make sure that we keep our indents correct. So this is our loop from 1 to 9. Okay, we'll randomize and we'll get a random number. And I know there will be 9 of these numbers. And then for coal, we will randomize, we'll get another random number. And we know that there will be 5 columns. And then we will do that, and let's see if this works. Of course, random range, we need to put math over here. I guess you could say this is quite a difficult program here. But now there is hashes there, but I'm guessing, there we go. See, that's what it is. We're supposed to clear the rich edit. Already out, RDR Ques3 game board dot clear. So I'm going to click the start button a couple of times to see if it actually works. Start game. And then you'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 15. So okay, yeah, but we're not getting the display that we want. So we're on the right track, sort of, but we have to fix this over here. Right, so that's going to be the next lesson, and I hope I've got you starting to think about how we're going to solve the problem. And just remember, I actually don't try and solve the problem until I make the video, so I'm doing this problem solving live, so to speak. So we'll see you tomorrow.